I'm going to show you some of the cosmetic mods that I've done to my Nerf blasters that get banned on TikTok. Seriously, every time I upload one of these, it gets taken down. If you're curious as to why TikTok would ban these style of prop blasters, I think it has a lot to do with how realistic they may look. My suspicion is that TikTok's advanced computer vision algorithms might detect these prop style blasters as real steel. And listen, it makes sense. Nerf blasters like this have a solid platform for building and making a really cool sci-fi or even realistic looking prop gun. In fact, a lot of cosplayers even use Nerf blasters as a basis for their costumes. However, here on YouTube, things are a little bit different, so hopefully you enjoy these blasters that I've painted. Here we go, this Dart Tag blaster here was one of the very first efforts I did. The goal of this was to learn dry brushing. Because I really like sci-fi blasters, I left the drum bright orange to make it feel maybe like some kind of energy pack. Now, of course, this isn't very complicated, but it was just to kind of get down the process. Opening up a Nerf blaster and repainting it and putting it back together so that it works. And in fact, this does work. Shortly after that, I found a Tek 6. Now, these Buzzbee Tek 6 blasters are some of my favorite designs. It reminds me a lot of the old Marvin the Martian, or maybe even Spaceman Spiff, if you are a Kelvin and Hobbes fan, blaster. It's got this retro sci-fi vibe, but because I like my blasters dirty, look like they've been used, look like they've been in an intergalactic war, I heavily weathered this one. If you see the paint chipping right around here, that's because I used a technique called masking. I put mustard over these little bits right here, and when the paint dried, you just rub away the mustard, and you have the undercoat, which I painted a gunmetal. One of the funny things in the Nerf world is that the Rapid Red isn't a red blaster, so I fixed it with this one. Here I was using some different techniques to tape off geometry to give it kind of a design using paint, because while if you know the Rebelle blasters, they have a really blank canvas. A lot of the edges are curved, therefore it makes it really nice to paint. One of the failures of this blaster is that I didn't really prep the trigger all that well, and every time I try to repaint it, it just rubs off. This one here is actually one of my favorite blasters that I have repainted. And if I had reason to cosplay, I would find a way to use this one. I can't remember the exact name of this blaster, but it was from the Air Warriors line, Toys R Us exclusive, and the detailing on this blaster was incredible. It made it a lot of fun to weather and to do a lot of heavy black washes so that I could get into the nooks and crannies to highlight a lot of that amazing detail. When I would go thrifting or find blasters at a garage sale, inevitably there would be some Tek targets in the box. These were a very popular blaster. These two in particular didn't function when I bought them, so I kind of used this one as a basis to test this purple paint. It's never really quite got finished, and this one was really digging in with a Dremel tool to provide these heavy scratches, make it kind of look like maybe it was chewed by some kind of beast or even monster. So when I was doing all these cosmetic mods, the Stampede was one of my very favorite automatic Nerf blasters. Of course, that one is now the Percy's, but I had a few Stampedes and I tried some new techniques with this one. I used the paint to fade up until this dark purple color. So you notice I had a lot of red and purple paints and gunmetal, so I went through and I made a fade with it. And it's on both sides of the blaster, and I think it looks pretty phenomenal. Here is something that I kind of missed though, is that these little bits here could use some extra detailing. I like this one so much, I even gave this one a name. This is the Steel Sunrise. So those are all the cosmetic mods that I did to my blasters. I have a few others in the prime stages and maybe a few in the half-done stages, but if you want to see me finish another blaster, I have a Nstrike that's actually primed and ready to lay down some cool base colors. Let me know in the comment section and I will document that process. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get notified if we go down that route.